Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelly and this is Kel-Cav Beauty. Here I talk about all things beauty, makeup, lifestyle, and even some career advice thrown in every once in a while. I upload new videos every Sunday at 12 Eastern Standard Time. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram at Kel-Cav Beauty. Today, I wanted to share with you all when I was working on building my makeup collection and really, again, upping my game, as I referred to in my video last week. I really started out with mainly drugstore makeup. After a while, and after watching several different YouTubers talk about different products, different brands I had never heard of, I really wanted to try to branch out a little bit and try some new things. And this included some what I would consider high-end makeup. What I mean by when I call something high-end, let's just face it, it's expensive. It is going to be more than what you're going to find at the drugstore. Lots of times you're going to find that they're better quality, but not always. And I will be very honest with you all when I'm talking about some of these if I think that they are worth the price tag. Now, before I really get started into this video, I do want to assure you all that I will never recommend something that I feel is just ridiculously priced. If I can't afford it, I am never going to encourage you all to buy something. Actually, watched a YouTuber not long ago promoting a concealer that she quoted was the best concealer out there, over $100. $100. I will never recommend a product that expensive unless I think that it is the makeup to end everything. But even then, if I can find something close to it, I can assure you all, I will never recommend something that is outrageously expensive. But there are some products, again, that I feel are good that are a little bit pricier. So let's get into this. Without any further ado, let me get into this and let me show you all some of the makeup that I purchased that I would consider higher end makeup. Most of this makeup I did purchase at Ulta. Any of you that have shopped at Ulta, you'll know that there is definitely a divide right down the middle of Ulta. Drugstore makeup is on one side, your higher end makeup is on the other side. And trust me, when I first started out, I was on the drugstore side. I was just learning. I was playing around with new stuff. I didn't want to spend a whole lot of money until I really knew what did I like, what colors did I like, what types of foundation did I like. Once I knew that, once I kind of had an idea of what I liked, that was when I started to move over to the other side of the store. Now, I do both now. I like drugstore, I like high-end. I shop at many different places, and we'll be in future videos, we'll be talking about where I purchase makeup at. Let's get started. And this time I'm going to start in the right order. I am wearing everything that I talk about, I am wearing today. The first thing is this primer. This is from the brand Too Faced, and it is called the Hangover Replenishing Face Primer. This is actually a smaller size than what you would get if you were to purchase it in the store. One thing I really like about high-end products, a lot of times you can find a smaller version for a fraction of the price so that you can try it out first. That's what I did with this primer. Now, the full size of this primer costs $35. I believe I bought this smaller sized one for about $15. I do like this primer. I won't say that it works better though than my drugstore ones. So I'll admit to you all, I probably will not repurchase this. I won't buy the larger version of this. But if you are somebody who really likes a primer, you like buying the higher end makeup, this might be one that you want to check out. I'm going to take a drink of coffee real quick. Then the next thing that I purchased was a foundation, a high-end foundation. And the one that I started with is this one right here. And this is also from Too Faced Cosmetics. This is called the Born This Way foundation. I have this in the shade Porcelain. I really like this foundation. When I put this on, I don't feel like it looks like I have a heavy foundation on, but it covers things that I want it to cover. So really love this foundation. I did find that when I put this one on, a different technique worked for me. I talked last week about the L'Oreal Infallible Foundation, and I liked applying that with a sponge. This foundation, the Too Faced Born This Way, I actually find applies better with a brush. This is the brush that I have. And this is from a company, I'm going to try to pronounce this correctly. I believe it's pronounced LaRousse, and it is the flat foundation brush. Let me tell you all, the first time I saw somebody applying foundation with a brush, I thought they were crazy. I had never seen that before. Well, like I said, with that Born This Way foundation, I found with the sponge, I really didn't get the coverage I liked with it. But I apply it with this foundation brush. Number one, I don't have to use quite as much, and I get a great coverage with it. I love using a brush to apply that with. And I have found, depending on the foundation that I buy, there are different techniques that work with that foundation. Then the concealer that I purchased, again, that was a high-end purchase, is this concealer. This is from IT Cosmetics, and it is called the Bye Bye Under Eye Full Coverage Anti-Aging Waterproof Concealer. I know, that's a mouthful. This is a great concealer. I have this in the shade Light Nude. It does retail for $27. So I know that is a little bit higher, but let me tell you, this concealer will last you forever. It's a very thick consistency. I only need a tiny little dab. What I'll do is I will put a tiny little dab on my pinky. I rub that together, kind of warm it up, and then I'll take that and I'll put it right here on my inner eye here and then around. That works great. That's all I need. That's all I use it for. I've had that for a while and it doesn't look like I've even used hardly any of it. So that is a product I highly recommend. It is higher end. It is a little bit more expensive again than what you'll find at the drugstore. I feel that one is well worth the price. It will last me forever. The powder that I purchased, actually, let me say that again. I didn't actually purchase this one. This is a powder from KVD Vegan Cosmetics. Was formerly Kat Von D Cosmetics. Now it's KVD. And this is the Lock It Translucent Setting Powder. I didn't actually purchase this. This came in one of my Ipsy bags. It was one that I got to choose. One thing I really like about Ipsy is you get to choose a product. This was a product that I got to choose, and I love this powder. Again, I've mentioned to you all, I don't use a lot of powder. All I do is once I've done my foundation and my concealer, I'll just powder my nose. I just put a little bit here, a little bit into my pores, kind of help to cover that up, but that's it. I've had this again for a while and doesn't even look like I've used hardly of it. If you are curious, if you wanted to purchase this, again at Ulta or Sephora, the larger size of this does retail at $31. I think this is a great setting powder. If you do have oily skin and you need a good setting powder, I think this would be a great purchase. Then one of the products I'm most excited to show you all is this palette from Too Faced. This is called the Too Faced Natural Face, and let me show you all what it looks like. This is a gorgeous face palette. And here's a couple of things I love about this. Number one, the smell. It smells delicious. It has a coconut flavor. One thing I really like about the Too Faced products is a lot of their powder makeup has really nice scents to them. They've got this one that smells like coconut. They have a peach line. They've got a chocolate line, and they smell really nice. Now, if you're somebody sensitive to smell, you may not like this as much. I personally really like it, especially when I'm getting ready early in the morning. Anything that's going to kind of help wake me up a little bit, maybe improve my morning mood a little bit, I like. This would be one of those. And the smell reminds me of summertime and being at the beach, that coconut smell. Here's something else I really like about this palette. This takes care of your whole face. As far as you get 2 bronzers in here. These two colors right here at the end. This one is called, I love the names of these two. This one up here is called Sunny Honey. And this one, and this is the one I'm wearing today, this one is Tropic Like It's Hot. Love that, love that. Tropic Like It's Hot. Let me swatch this for you. Here's what that looks like. Really, really pretty color. Something else you've got to be careful of with this palette, it's very pigmented. A little bit goes a long way. I learned that when I first started using this one. You don't need a whole lot of it. Then you have two blushes in here. This one up here, this is called Pink Wink. And then below that, this is Pink Sand. Both are beautiful. The one I'm wearing today is this Pink Sand. And this is a really pretty, I don't think it's got a real pinkish color to it as much as maybe more of a pink brown. Really pretty color. Again, what I'm wearing today. Then you get two highlighters. These two on the end here. This one on the top, this is called Starlight. And then the one I'm wearing is this one on the bottom. And this is called Satin Sheets. And let me show you that one. Beautiful color. The one Satin Sheets has more of a goldish tint to it. This one above it has a pinkier shade to it. Great, great palette. This only cost, well, I say only, this costs $44. But you all, I think it is well worth that price. You're getting a full face here and some options on top of that. You got, again, two bronzers, two blushes, two highlighters. If you are first getting started growing your high-end collection, I think these face palettes can be a great purchase, a great way to buy several different things without having to spend, again, money on a highlighter, money on a blush. This can be a great purchase. There are other brands that have face palettes, but this was the one that, again, I saw first that I really liked, and I've used this a lot. I really, really like this palette. Then the next thing I usually do once I've done my bronzer, my blush, and my highlighter is I normally do my eyebrows. That kind of sets my eyes before I go in with my eyeshadow. The high-end brow pencil that I got is this one. This is from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it is called the Brow Wiz. I have got it in the shade Taupe. Perfect match, I feel. This is a great pencil. It does retail at $23. Do I think it's worth the price? No, I don't. I think there are plenty of drugstore products that are just as good eyebrow pencils. Again, I think the big challenge is finding a color that matches. Once you've got that, it doesn't matter if you're using high-end or drugstore. I do enjoy this pencil. Don't know that I'll repurchase it. Again, I've got drugstore ones that I do like that are a fraction of the price of this one. But this was the first high-end eyebrow pencil that I bought. Then the eye palette. Again, you all know, I mentioned this before, this is one of my favorite things to shop for is eye palettes. And when I saw this one, this was the first eyeshadow palette. I hate to sound dramatic and say it took my breath away, but it did literally. I just kind of made a gasping noise when I saw the colors in here. It is beautiful. It is this one. This is from Urban Decay, and it is the Naked Cherry palette. Let me show you the colors, and you might see why I had such a reaction to it. Here are the colors in here. Gorgeous, gorgeous colors. And I had mentioned to you all in the past, I always kind of tended to stick to neutral colors. This was one of the most colorful palettes I had ever bought. And again, I knew when I saw this one, I thought, I think I'm going to have to get this one. This does retail at $49. So it is pricier than your drugstore palettes, but the colors in here are just beautiful. Let me show you all what I'm wearing today. What I'm wearing, first off, in my transition or crease, I am wearing the shade Juicy. Let me show you, let me swatch that. That's what that one looks like, a peachy pink color, perfect for the transition. Then in the corner, I'm wearing this one called Bing. And there's that one right there, Bing. I don't know about you all, but when I hear that name, all I can think of is Janice from Friends saying Chandler Bing. I know, but love that shade, really pretty in the corner there. The shimmer, the lid shimmer that I'm wearing is this one called Ambitious. Let me swatch that one for you. Beautiful, beautiful color there. I'd call that maybe a goldish pink color, goldish cherry color. Beautiful. I'd never seen a shimmer quite that color before. Then in the inner corner here, the shimmer, the lighter shimmer I'm wearing is this one called Bang Bang. Love these names, you all. Bang Bang, that's on my pinky right there. And then, I won't swatch this one for you, but my highlight, what I'm wearing in the inner corner here and on my brow bone is this one right here. And this is called Hotspot. Wearing Hotspot there. But one of the things I really like about this palette is you can create several different colorful looks. You've got some peach colors in here. You've got some cherry, reddish colors. But you also do have some nice neutral colors. If you look down here more toward the end, you've got some neutral shades. So you've got a good variety of different color patterns you can do there. Another thing I like about this palette is it actually came with a brush. Came with an eyeshadow brush, a blending, and then kind of a smaller brush, do some more detail work with. I've used this a couple of times, you know, just kind of a nice little feature that this comes with a brush. Something else I really like about, again, the high-end products, you may have noticed when I showed you all the natural face, and you may have noticed with this one, they come with mirrors. A lot of your drugstore palettes, you don't get a mirror with it. Some people, they may really like that. If you use that mirror when you're applying makeup, that can be a good feature for you. I do think this is a gorgeous palette. I'll say I did not regret this purchase. It does retail for $49. I feel this one was well worth it. I use this a lot to create different looks with. Again, my first high-end eye palette, won't be my last. Really like that palette a lot. Then eyeliner. I did purchase a high-end eyeliner, and it's this one right here. This is from Urban Decay. So again, Urban Decay was the eye palette. Urban Decay is my eyeliner. And this is the 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil. Waterproof, long-lasting. I have it in the shade Demolition. Let me go ahead and do a swatch of this on my hand for you. This is a really nice brown color. Maybe even like a darker brown. Again, I try to stay away from the black around my eyes. I don't like to accentuate any darkness around my eyes. But this is a great shade. It's not too dark. I don't wear this all the time. Again, I've told you all, I'm not the biggest fan of eyeliner. I tend to use my eyeshadows more as my eyeliners. But I am wearing this today. And I do tend to like this if I, again, want to maybe enhance the look a little bit more. Maybe I'm wanting to do more of a nighttime look. Or maybe I'm just, again, wanting my eyelashes to look a little bit thicker. Then I do like to use an eyeline pencil. Mascara. I will admit to you all, this is probably the area that I have had the hardest time finding something that I like. And even the one I'm about to show you, I like it. I don't think it's better than my drugstore mascaras. The one that I have here, this is from Bare Minerals, and this is called Lashtopia. This retails for $20. Not super expensive, not compared to some other things you could purchase. It's a good mascara. I do find it doesn't give me the raccoon eyes. I just don't feel like it does a lot for me. I don't know that it enhances my volume. It really doesn't give me a lot of length. It's just some nice color on my lashes. Now, I did kind of break my rule with this one. This is in the shade Ultimate Black. I mean, not just black, Ultimate Black. I've noticed that a lot of the high-end mascaras don't come in a very large shade range. It's pretty much all black or very black or Ultimate Black in this case. I try to stay away from black mascaras. So this one, again, it's okay. It isn't better than my other drugstore ones. I probably will not repurchase this. I've not really found anything that I love. I am going to keep looking. I'm not giving up yet. I just feel that mascara isn't something I want to invest a lot of money in. If I find a drugstore one that works for me, why would I? Why would I try to find something? But as a YouTuber now, I do want to let you all know if there is a high-end product that works. So I am going to keep looking for that. But this is the one that I've got right now. Again, the Bare Minerals Lashtopia. And then finally, lipstick. This is probably the biggest purchase that I made. Not the most expensive, but when it comes to what I paid for what it is, it's a little bit up there. This is Charlotte Tilbury, and the shade is Pillow Talk. You all may have heard of this one before. I can't tell you how many YouTube videos I watched where they were talking about Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk. It's one of her top sellers. They advertise it or they promote it as a shade that works for everybody. Whether you're a cool-toned person, warm-toned, neutral, I tend to be more on the neutral side, this is going to work for you. This is what I'm wearing right now, and I do really like this color. Let me do a swatch for you. That's what it looks like. It is really pretty. It's a neutral, I call it a pinkish brown, more on the light side. I almost don't want to tell you all how much I paid for it, but I will. I paid $34. To me, I know that's not as expensive as some of the palettes I've told you about, but this is just for one lipstick. I kind of caved. I was really curious. Everybody kept talking about this. Is it worth the money? No, I don't think so. It's pretty, but to be honest with you, it doesn't last on my lips very long. I have to keep reapplying it. The color is pretty, but I don't think it's any prettier than some of my other drugstore brands. It's something I wanted to try, and I'm going to keep trying different things that I'll probably spend a little too much on when I look back on it. But that is really probably the most expensive lipstick that I purchased. You live and you learn. And then finally, my lip liner. No big surprise here. This is, again, the one I keep telling you guys about. This is the MAC Whirl Lip Liner. Let me go ahead and do a swatch of that next to the Pillow Talk. Again, this liner goes with everything. And I'm wearing that today. So just a beautiful match with that. Hopefully that lipstick's going to last me a little while. And I've had this lip liner, like I said, for quite a while. I did want to give you a little sneak peek on my video next week. I am going to be doing a get ready with me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine some of the products I talked about in this video, some of my high-end, and some of the products that I talked about when I first started my collection that are my drugstore products. I'm going to pick products from each one and show you all how you can get a really pretty look combining high-end makeup with drugstore makeup. And that's really my look now. I pretty much every day when I get ready, some of it's drugstore, some of it's high-end. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd love it if you gave it a big thumbs up down below and consider subscribing to my channel. Have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.